The gospel advances because faithful followers give God all the glory. Early in the book of Acts, we see a powerful example of how the Holy Spirit used two of the disciples of Jesus to perform a miracle. Peter and John were on their way to the temple for worship when they ran into what was really a very ordinary sight in first century Jerusalem, a badly crippled man begging for money in the gateway. Now, religious people had walked right past this man on their way to church countless times over the years. He had become really invisible to many of them. But that day he caught the eye of Peter and John, and instead of giving the man what he needed for the day, they told him instead to get up and walk. And he did. Muscles that had withered away were restored in an instant. And delirious with joy, our story tells us that the man jumped up and into the air, praising and giving God glory. Remember, the gospel advances because the faithful give God all the glory. Here was this crippled beggar leaping and dancing and carrying on. Act like that and it doesn't take long to get noticed. And soon the crowds were giving Peter and John credit for the amazing miracle of healing. But notice that Peter quickly corrected them when he said this: "Why do you stare at us as if by our own power or godliness we had made this man walk? It is Jesus' name and the faith that comes through him that has completely healed him, as you can all see." The gospel advances because faithful followers give God all the glory. When God does the impossible, it's God that should be honored, never man. The person used to do God's will is simply that, the person that God used. Has God worked a miracle in your life? If you have any faith, that alone's a miracle. Have your prayers been answered, big or small? That's a miracle. And what is your response today for the miracles in your life? The gospel advances because faithful followers give God all the glory.